and every day. We thank you for our safe travels here to conduct the business of the Cherokee Nation. We pray that we always keep you in mind when making the decisions, when we're discussing with each other, and the treatment towards one another, whether we're here or the treatment within our community and members there. We bless this meeting in your name. Amen.
Thank you, Councilman. Shelley, roll call.
Yes, sir. Darrell Legg,
Here.
Melvina Shotpouch, Keith Austin,
Here.
Danny Callison, Julia Coates, Sean Crittenden, Joe Deere, Mike Dobbins, Rex Jordan, Johnny Kidwell, Wes Snowfire, Dora Petzkowski, Joshua Sam, Mike Shambaugh, E.O. Smith, Condessa Cheehee, Victoria Vasquez. We have a quorum.
All right. You've all had a chance to review the minutes. Can I have a motion to approve? All in favor? Aye. All right, moving on to reports. Jennifer Kirby, Human Services.
Good afternoon, Council. You have my report. I'll be happy to try to answer any questions you might have.
Any questions for Jennifer? Gotcha. Go ahead, Sean.
Jennifer, on the angel tree, any situations come up where we're wanting to look at a particular individual, who would we contact?
You're talking about the child's angel tree?
Mhm.
Lou Stretch,
Okay, that's still under ICW.
yeah, it's
right?
still under ICW. That closed on November the 5th.
Right.
And we did have an increase this year from last year's applicants, so.
Okay,
So we had about a 200 family increase this year than last year, so.
any situations, probably just email and with
Yeah,
the phone number,
yeah.
and you guys can look at it case by
Yeah,
case.
yeah.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
Real quick, I know a lot of you will be getting LIHEAP questions, and you have either sent those in, but right now, we sent out elderly and disabled updates, which is those that were on the program previously last year. You know, encourage them, if you know of any of them, to get their things in. And so those are the ones that go first, but as of on December the 1st, LIHEAP will be open to anyone that's in the younger category that meets the income guidelines, and/or anyone that, you know, that's elderly or disabled that maybe was on the state program last year and they want to be on our program this year. And we have had to make some payment adjustments because of the energy costs this year. We found out, like propane, for instance, that the propane companies will only go out for so many, like 150 gallons, but then that price has increased to over $400. So just be aware of that. We did make adjustments on the payments for the rising energy costs, so.
And Julia?
Hey, Jennifer.
Hi.
Can you kind of outline to me what might be available for at-large locally in terms of assistance under LIHEAP?
So we do not cover any out-of-district. Ours is in-reservation assistance. Most generally, they could also apply with a local tribe in their area because it is for federally recognized tribal members. So they could look that up, or they could also DHS if they're on. A lot of times, if the elderly get on SNAP or one of the programs, DHS can also sign them up for LIHEAP at that time. And that's where a lot of our families do. They get on that application at that time and get on the DHS program. But we cannot duplicate that.
Okay. I was wondering, because I've had a couple of reports in recent months from, well, actually recently and then last winter as well, from at-large citizens in the greater Tulsa area, I would say, who have received some kind of heating assistance from the Cherokee Nation. They swear up and down that they have. And do you have any idea where that is coming from?
Because even our $1,200 assistance was for in-reservation that we did. And the only thing I could think is that if they maybe got with their local tribe, and they had the funds to serve, the federally, anyone that applied, or DHS. A lot of times they do get confused on the DHS LIHEAP and our LIHEAP.
Anyone else? EO?
Coke voucher.
So far, we will not be doing that this year. Yes, so.
Anyone else?
Have we put out anything to inform the public that we're not getting Colts?
No, we haven't. On those people that did call in, we did, the clothing assistance of $150, which would be normally what the amount would be, with $100 for summer clothing and then $50 for winter coats. So they did get that previously.
I think we need to put that out to the public, because we still got a lot of confused people calling, won't know about the coats. I would just suggest that.
Okay.
That'd be nice. Thank you.
Anyone else? Jennifer, thank you so much. Next, Department of Transportation and Infrastructure, Michael Lynn.
Good afternoon.
How you doing, Michael?
I know you all have a very busy schedule today, and you have a copy of our reports from some departmental reports that we turned in. If you got any questions, I'd be glad to answer, Mr. Chair.
Any questions for Michael? T?
I don't have a question. I just want to say a big thank you to you and your staff. I have reached out several times during my tenure here as counselor in this first 90 days, and each time your staff has been incredibly responsive, has resolved the issue at hand very, very quickly on behalf of our citizens. I just want to commend you and your staff for the work that you do and express my appreciation to all of you.
Well, thank you very much. I will pass that along. Thank you.
Go ahead, Wes.
Hey, Michael, on road job bids, if there was a road job that was sent out for bid, how long do those typically stay out before being filled or closed?
Before a bid is awarded,
Yeah.
we've got 90 days to make an award. We typically don't take the full 90 days, but we do, the bid documents state that we have 90 days. The bids must be good for at least 90 days.
And we have tarot vendors that we prioritize in those bidding process?
Tarot vendors are they're eligible
yeah,
to bid.
right, yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I'm listening, yeah.
Yeah, they're eligible to bid, and
Right.
I don't know that they're given a priorities like a percentage priority, such as they can be so many percent higher than the next non-tarot bid, but they are given preference. Yes.
Okay, all right, perfect. Appreciate it, Chair.
Anyone else? All right, Michael, we appreciate you.
Very good. Very good.
Thank you so much.
Thank you all.
Next, we have Jerry Killer with Housing.
Good afternoon, everyone. You all have my report. Are there any questions for the Housing Authority?
Any questions for Julia Coates?
Hi, Jerry. I have the same questions I just asked of Jennifer. Is there any, I know there's rental assistance available for those outside the jurisdiction within Oklahoma. is there anything else under Housing Authority you're aware of that has to do with heating, with utility payments, with energy payments, things like that, that are available to at-large within Oklahoma?
Not through the Housing Authority, there's not, no.
Okay.
Just the emergency rental assistance.
Okay, so you wouldn't have any idea either where these reports might be coming from that I've had from a couple of people, that they are receiving some kind of assistance along these lines from the Cherokee Nation?
Not unless they're going to, like Jennifer said, their local tribe or DHS. But
Okay.
it's not coming through us.
All right, just wanted to verify.
Okay,
Thank you very much.
you're welcome.
Go ahead, Wes.
Hey, Howard Payton was up here, and I was asking him about the, like, housing rehab dedicated for our Cherokee speakers, that you help them out with on our speaker services over there. On those housing programs that we have, are they requiring to put a lien on those elder homes in order to get work done to them?
Yes, we are. So, and that depends on the dollar amount, but anything that we're doing over $5,000 will require a deed restriction agreement. So it's
Right.
very similar to a lien.
On that deed restriction agreement, since they are mostly elders, does that deed restriction go away if one of those speakers passes on, so the family doesn't accept it?
It does not, but it does stay with the unit. So if the elder were to pass on and the family keeps the unit, then the DRA just stays with the unit and continues to forgive every year until it's eventually forgiven.
And how long are those typically set out on those liens? How many years are they set out?
Again, it's going to depend on the dollar amount that we use, but the maximum is 20 years, and that's for a new construction.
20 years, all right. Is there a breakdown of dollar amounts that you
Yes,
could provide me
there
with,
is.
so that way I know how
can.
long they are?
course.
I don't want to run into an issue of, a 7-year-old elder who, we need to do a new roof for, so we put a $7,000-8,000 roof on and then put a 10-year lien on. A couple years later, he passes away. The family then accepts the lien, and it's a burden to them on the lien on the home. I understand they're also getting a new roof. It's just, it may just complicate some things, so I just was wanting to look at that, so that way if any had any questions of any speakers in my district, I could help answer that for them. So,
Of course. And the only way it would be a burden is if they're going to sell the unit, and at that point, they would pay back a prorated amount. So,
Okay.
But as long as they keep the unit in the family, then there is no payback, really. So
Good.
the only time it may or may not be a burden is if they're going to try to sell it. Now, a lot of times, people will want to do a refi or something, and we will subordinate it, so.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay,
of
perfect.
course. We're going to work with them any way we can, so.
Awesome.
As long as it stays in their family throughout the life of the DRA, and again, that's for no more than 20 years, and that's only on a new construction, so a replacement home.
and since that's kind of a thing, they don't have, there's no repossession clause on the house anyway, so.
No,
Okay, I
no.
think just I get a few questions like that, and I
course.
said, well, I'll ask him and I'll get some more information and get back to him. Because
Of
I knew that wouldn't be the case. I just wanted to make sure I had the proper documents for him to provide him. So.
Yeah, of course. And of course, if there are questions too, they can always call us, and we can walk them through the process a little further too, a little more in depth. We do explain all that to the homeowner when we go out to sign it, but the families are not always there. So when the family has questions, of course, we can definitely talk to that to them.
Awesome. All right, appreciate it, you.
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you, Chair.
Any other questions for Jerry in housing? All right. Very appreciate
All
you.
right, thank you. Happy Thanksgiving to you all.
You too. All right, old business done pending, new business done pending, announcements. The next meeting is tentatively scheduled for Monday, December 13th at 4 PM. Need a motion to adjourn.